I want to make a sign for my little Cartwright shop here, and for that I'm just going to use these simple ingredients right here. First I'll just take the base piece here, score some little lines in there to create some boards that this is made out of. I'll open those up a little bit with my heat gun, lay in some texture. Of course I'll get that all painted up to look like wood. While that's drying, I'm going to make a little wagon wheel to go on that sign. For that, I'm going to use this little silver metal bead here, some thin pieces of foam. So I'll make the rim out of these thin pieces of foam here. All right, just remove it from the ring or from the brush, and I have my little rim there. I've cut the tips off of these toothpicks, and I'm just pressing them through the rim here, wanting to create these little spokes for the rim on this, for the wheel on the sign, like so. So I have that, and it will sit around this bead very nicely. I'm going to paint this whole thing up to look like it's made out of metal. In the meantime, we'll get back to constructing the main piece of the sign. I painted this board to look like wood, but then I also wanted it to look like that maybe it had been painted blue at one time, but the paint is fading and chipping away. So I just did some dry brushing with just some navy blue on there to give it that old painted sign look. I am going to use some of these eye pins. They're in the jewelry making section of your craft store. I will need 4 eye pins for this. I don't need any of these quite this long. I'm going to trim them down to a little more than a centimeter. I have all of these. 2 of them I will glue down to the back of the sign board with the loop sticking out of the top like so. I'll have that. Glue this all down to this black piece of cardstock just for backing, help keep it all secured. I'll now attach the other 2 eye pins to the sign. I'll have to use a couple pair of needle nose pliers just to pull this open a little bit. Just enough to get it on the other eye pin, like so. Carefully pinch that closed again. We have something like this. This little sign hangs from those 2 pieces. And you could use this basic design for any kind of sign you want, any kind of hanging sign. This could be a different shape. You could put whatever kind of heraldry or embellishment or whatever you want in there. This is just a basic sign design that I use. All right, I'm just going to glue my wheel down onto my sign here. And there I have the wheel on the sign. I think it looks pretty cool. Finishing it up now, I have this other little piece of scrap I painted up to look like a piece of wood. Press these 2 loose eye pins through that. I have this. I'll put a little glue at the base of those to keep them in place. And I will press these 2 eye pins up through the foam on this beam and glue this all on. So first I'll put on a pretty generous amount of glue here because again I want to keep these pins from moving out. So I get a good amount of glue and then I will just press it in where I want it. And there is our little sign for the Cartwright shop. I think it looks pretty cool. I like the little dangling, swinging action there. Let me know if you have any questions or any ideas for improving this design.